Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to walk you through Canva and show you everything you can do with Canva for your veterinary practice. Now, Canva is one of my favorite tools for a veterinary practice because you can create so many different things just with one product. And full disclosure, you don't have to have any sort of artistic or creative bone in your body or even any experience in graphic design because Canva is a graphic design tool friendly for anybody. So even if you aren't familiar with any sort of tool like this, or you are well versed in tools like Adobe Illustrator or any Adobe product, you will find great purpose with Canva. Now, if you aren't familiar with Canva, I will just let you know there are so many things you can create with Canva that you will find a new use for it every single day. I am in Canva every day, literally, and I find something new for it every single day. Some of the things that I use Canva for is mainly for creating social media. I create all my Instagram stories, all my Facebook posts, anything social media related, event covers. I create flyers, presentation slides, and I know other practices have used those presentation slides to create signage for their lobby or waiting rooms, or even for their exam rooms. Lots of great possibilities here. If you scroll through the home screen here, you can see all the different possibilities that initially people can create designs with. And I also say that you can create business cards. Just saying. I will get off all the cool things that Canva can do, and let me walk you through some of the things that you can start doing in Canva today. So let's get right into it and start off with this home screen. So you can literally come here without an idea of what to create to having exactly what you have in mind, what you want to create. You can go up here and search for templates based upon exactly what you're looking for. So you can come up here and go for social media, and I'll go for social media posts. You can go through all their templates, or you can go through and find projects that you have worked on in the past, and you can see all of my past there. So there is that really cool search bar, and you can pop up a lot of stuff from there. You can also scroll down and find all your recent designs that you have worked on in the past, and you can see I create a lot of design. Of course, I have been a Canva user for years and years. Now, on that note, I will say that there are two levels of Canva. There's the free version and there's the paid version. And full disclaimer, I do have the paid version, but I will be able to show you all the features that are available for the paid and the free version. So don't worry. I know a lot of veterinary practices get away with using just the free account, which is totally cool. I splurged for the pro version just because of all the extra capabilities that enables me. And I'm in here every day, so I use the plan fully. So up here at the top, you'll notice that there's a custom size and you can upload. This is where if you have some wild project that you need a very specific size dimension for, you can come up here, click on it, and enter the size of it. PX, if you aren't familiar, is pixels. So you can change that to inches, centimeters, millimeters, whatever works best with your brain. And you can also upload all your videos, photos, Fs. They have a whole bunch of files that you can pull up, but really images, videos, and files are what Canva supports. So that is the home screen in a nutshell. Like, I could spend hours here explaining Canva to you, but I am just going to give you an overview here. So if you're here on the left, there's the home. Projects is everything that you've worked on in the past, so we'll hop into there, and you can see of all the folders and all the stuff that I have in here. It's a little unorganized, but what I wanted to show you is that you can really organize all of your projects within Canva, and that is one of the really cool things. So up here at the top, you can filter out stuff. I'm on a team, so I have a graphic designer that I work with in Canva as well. So you can also go over to folders, and you can see I have it somewhat organized, which will be helpful to show you. So you can see that I have my brand projects here. I used to have one for my hospital that I was working at. You can see that I have it for my current clients because I do social media work for other people, but you can see I have it listed out for clients, for all my templates. I have my favorite elements that I use often in here. So you can easily set this up to work for your hospital. You can create your own folder for, it could just be for advertising, like if you create your own advertisements, or it could be just for flyers. You can set up a folder for lobby, really anything your heart desires you can create in here. But overall, set it up the way that you want. You can create templates for yourself and add them to your account, so you can come back to this again and again if you find yourself recreating the same thing. All right, so that is the quick and dirty tour of the projects. You can also add new folders up here, which is amazing, and you can upload files directly to these folders. So one of the cool ways that I like to do this is when I was working at the practice, I would take photos of patients and I would just upload them directly to Canva. That way it was removing space off the phone I was using to take photos of, and it made it easy for me to come into Canva. So that is one cool thing with the projects. Now I'm back at the home screen. Now you can come explore the templates, and these are just all of the templates that are available within Canva. You can take those and customize them to fit your specific needs, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But lots of things you can find here. All right. Now the brand hub. This is something I really want you to pay attention to, because this is one of my favorite places to be and has really helped me to become more efficient. So brand kits is basically the place where you can store all of your logos, all of your colors, and you can, here I have multiple palettes, I have multiple logos, and you can come down here and store fonts. Now, if your practice doesn't have defined branding, this might be a little bit hard for you to get started with, but overall, if you find that you are using the same colors and fonts within your templates, this is a great spot for you to come to, and I'll show you why this is important once we get into a design. But this is one cool spot just for me to quickly come here and say, okay, here's my colors, I need to grab this. I can grab, these are called hex codes if you aren't familiar with that. I can come in here, grab the hex codes for anything outside of Canva or within Canva, because I use these often for other things, but that is really cool. You can also add any photos you use often, any graphics or icons. So it's really just one spot for you to add everything that's associated with your brand. So we'll go back here. You can add templates like I said here, but they pop back up here. Brand controls, this is if you have multiple people on your team. So I won't get into this too much because I know typically veterinary teams only have 1 to 2 people on here. This is really good for people of 5 or more, but definitely give it a try if this is something that would work for your team. Apps. Canva has a lot of apps that you can use to enhance the features that are already there. I won't go into this too much because there's a lot here, but one that I will show you is Giphy. Because if you want to add a GIF to a design, you most certainly can do that with Giphy. And again, I'll hop into a design and show you what that all looks like, but I just had to show you that because that is so cool to me. All right, so then here you can have folders from your projects starred here, and this is where you can invite members. Now you can invite people on multiple spots, but that is a common way that I like to invite people. It does cost additional to add team members, but it makes it easy for you to work side by side with people. So let's hop into a new design. And let's come up here and search for a social media post. And let's say I want to create an Instagram post. And I want to create an Instagram post to highlight a patient. So what I'm going to do is just type in Instagram post, and I'm going to go with this portrait view. All right, so then since I am looking for a template just for a patient, I am going to do a bit of customization to mine just to show you all the different features, but you can see there's tons of possibilities here to spark some interest. And I'm going to come up here and go Instagram photo frame because I want to put a patient photo in a photo frame. So we're going to search for that. Okay. So, what looks like for an Instagram story. Okay, you know what? We're going to add in pet because I know there's lots of pet templates on Instagram. Perfect. Aha. Okay, let's update this one. Okay, so I'm clicking on it and you can see I can customize it. It shows you all about it. I could favor this one for later, but let's customize it together. All right, so before I go into customizing it, this is where you're going to spend most of your time inside of Canva. So let me see. All right, I was trying to move my little button here so you can see everything, but I'm not able to. So we will improvise. So on the side here, you'll see design, element, text, brand hub, which we were just in. Uploads, you can draw on here. You can visit your projects, which we were also just in, and the apps, which I just showed you. And then you can see all on the side here. You can see past folders I've opened. You can translate stuff now. Literally, I could be in here forever. But what I want to show you is how we can customize this using some of the features here on the sides. Now, I am not a huge fan of the yellow, for example. So what we can do is we can click on it and we can click the background and we can change the colors of the background. So what I want to do is, so here you can see all the document colors that are available on this document itself. That calls it document, but I like to call it design because this isn't a document. It's a social media post. But you can see here, this is where my brand kit pops up. See? So then I can come over here and be like, okay, I really want to have this teal in the background instead of that yellow. And I can edit my brand kit from here, just saying. But I won't do that right now. But then you can, if you want to, instead you can play off the photo, the colors off the photo. So that kind of highlights some of the light tan and this apricot poodle. I think this is apricot poodle. But I'm going to go back with this one. And then you can see all the different solid colors, the gradients, which is like this ombre effect, which that is pretty cute. So you can play with the colors there. But let's say I wanted to change this font. The kind of markery look is pretty cool. I want to change it. So I can go down here. Look, there's my brand kit. So I can change that to the fonts that I like and have saved for my brand. And I can adjust this. And I can drag it because I want it to be a little bigger. Or I can come up here and I can change the size. We'll do that. Put it back somewhat to where I found it. And this is where you can change a lot of the text. You don't even have to stay with that brand font. You can go with all of their different fonts. So say I wanted a creepy one. Say I wanted to make this ready for Halloween. I can come in here and go, can I go for Halloween? I think I can. Scary. Look at that. It provides suggestions for you. So if I wanted to go with this drunken hour, we could do that. That does definitely look more scary and Halloween-ish, right? So I'm going to hit Control Z on my Windows here and back that up. But you can do that. You can also look through text styles and just go by the different types of fonts because there are different scripts of font. I won't go down that rabbit trail, but definitely for the header, for the body of the text, you can see right here, it's this more thin sugar, but I want to change it, go back to my, or clear that, go back there, and I want to use some of my fonts that I have. And we'll click that. Okay, so you can already see that I have drastically changed it. And you know what? I should have made a copy of this to show you the changes. So I'm going to just hit Control Z on all this. Okay, and I'm going to make a copy of this. Now, I can go back. Oops. Okay, so I should have done this before. But so we're going to keep this copy and I'm going to change this again. So quick recap. I can change the color. I can change the font with the brand kit that I have. Or change the font with anything I want. We'll move that. And I'll change this to fit that. And you can already see the difference here. It's a different post. But now, okay, I want to change these photos. It's a cute dog, but it's not really my thing. So let's come in here. And I think I have some photos already uploaded. So we will come in here and see, I might have a photo. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to drag this over and bring it right into there. So you see how the purple box is highlighted? This element that I'm using, or aspect, this cool spot is called elements in Canva, and we can search for those in just a minute. But you can easily drag and drop photos into there. So I'm going to do that again. We'll grab this cutie. It's not going to be all the same dog like they have here, but you get the idea. So we got that one, and then we'll bring this. Actually, we're going to grab this cutie. There you go. Okay, so one thing I want to show you when uploading photos into here is that I'm going to click on this. I'm double clicking, and the screen changes. So we're able to come over here and rotate it within that frame. I'm going to put it back. So I'm going to come up here and just put 0.0. Boom, y'all. Okay. Then I'm going to go to adjust, and you can actually edit the photos in here, which I love, and then it can come in here into crop. So when I adjusted it to go wonky, I made it too big out of the frame, and so you can see in the background how the photo is opaque or transparent, but what's highlighted or a little bit more visible is what's going to be seen within that frame. So I'm going to drag this corner down, bring it into the center, a little bit more into focus, but I want to move some of this background a bit, so I'm going to make this just a smidgen bigger, drag this over, and there you go. I'm gonna hit enter. There you go. Okay, so that is much better in my opinion. So now let's take a look. So we can see this is a completely different view now, but let's say these are cute, but these aren't really what I want. I want to put some paw prints here instead. So we're going to go over up to the elements. And then what we're going to do is we're going to search for paw prints, because why not? Going to hit enter on my keyboard. And so what it does, it pops up a variety of things. It pops up graphics, it pops up photos, videos you can use, other frames. So let's say if we wanted to add another photo here. This is where you could add your logo easily. So let's hop back over to my brand kit. So I'm going to come up here, and then I'm going to go to my logos right in my face. Okay, so I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to pull it in, and you can see how it will go into the frames all weird. So this is where I will double click on it again, and I will come adjust the cropping here. So let's see, now it's a little doesn't fit inside, right? So let's see if we can adjust this. So we can select, this is different. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna back up there. So I'm glad I'm showing you this now, because this often happens with logos, right? So it's hard to see with the clear transparent background on my logo, but you can see it's cut off, right? So what I'm going to do then is we're going to go play with a new element. So maybe that circle isn't going to be the best for this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to table this for now. But I want to grab those paw prints before I forget. All right. There we go. Okay, gotta hit all to go back. So let's grab some of these paw prints so I don't get us sidetracked. So I'm going to grab this cute one. And so right here's a good example. So this pro version, this is a paid element. And so if you are on the free account and you try to download this, we'll ask you to pay for it. So full disclaimer there, but I'm going to pull it for our purposes here. So I'm going to highlight this star and hit delete on my keyboard. And then I'm going to pull this down. I can resize it. I can make it really big, really small. I can tilt it. I can delete it if I don't like this one. I can come here and I can change, I can delete it, I can duplicate it, I can copy paste, I can align it. There's a lot of cool things. But if we want to change the color, not every element here on Canva, you can change the color. But since we can on this one, if it doesn't, this color block won't pop up. What we'll do is we'll change the color of that. I like that. That's pretty cute. So I'm going to leave that. And then let's get a heart. I know I'm being pretty traditional here as far as what we can do for design work for veterinary practice, but I'm just doing this to grab it for the illustration here. And we'll just put in some red there, or some orange. Okay, we're going to change that, resize that. Starting to look really cute. And then I guess it goes with my colors, but I can change it easily. We're gonna go with this green, and then we'll click on this again, do that, and maybe we'll do this instead. Yeah, okay, perfect. So that's what that's looking like so far. Now, you might have noticed that I had to click on each of these individually, and there is a reason behind that. So if you have multiple things that you want to move at once, you can actually group something in Canva. So I'm going to ungroup these just to show you. Right now they're individual, they're separate. I can move them to go wherever they want, but say I want to keep them together. I'm trying to keep this really cool design. Oops, I grabbed that instead. I'm hitting Control Z to put it back where it came from. Okay, here's a really good example I want to show you. So I'm going to hit that. If I don't want this to move, I'm going to come up here. You see how this is highlighted? You're going to hit lock position. That's going to keep that there. Now I can just grab this, in theory. Okay, we're going to move that. What is it doing? See, I've been using Canva for a while now, so even it gets the best of me. Oh, I see what I did. So I'm going to... what happened here? Okay, there you go. I had locked both of these. Okay, so we're gonna lock that back in place. Trying to show you what I was showing you before. Okay, so there you go. So say I want to group these together. I'm gonna hold down my mouse and drag it, and anything highlighted purple will be included in this grouping. So this is where it gets a little tricky, but it looks like I managed to highlight what I wanted there. Then you can come up, or you can come right here and hit group. So then those elements stay together no matter what. And you can keep the spacing, and there we go. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's come back to our logo, because we want to be sure that our logo is included on this post. So now I'm going to come back, and now I want to go back here, and I want to show you this trick because it's a cool trick I wish I knew sooner. So I'm going to type in grid. I want you to do this every time you use a logo. Okay, so you're going to hit grid. And every time you hit grid, it's going to automatically, most of the time, go straight to the background. Don't fret. All you need to do is drag this down so that you can grab it easily. All right. So then before you do anything else, I want you to hit position, and I want you to hit to the front. Okay, what that does, it brings everything up to the front. All right. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to come back to my brand hub, and I'm going to grab my logo. So I'm dragging it into this frame, or to this grid that I just popped up. I'm going to double click on it. And so now this enables me to crop it and to work just a little bit better. But I just realized I grabbed the wrong grid. Okay. So, or maybe I didn't grab the wrong grid. There's two different versions, but this one, we're going to back up. Okay. Oops. Don't double click on it. There you go. You're going to grab it on the side. When you see these white circles or bars, this shows that you can customize the length of it at any point on this graphic. Okay. On this element. Sorry. So that's what I wanted to show you. Don't always use crop. Don't always double click. But I think it's good for you to see how it's easy to get confused or encounter other parts or features in Canva, because it's okay if you don't use it right away in the way that you imagine it you should be. So again, I've been using Canva for close to 10 years and I still find that I have hiccups. So that is how you can adjust the graphic, or your logo, sorry. And I'll put it right here. But I really like it on that tape. I can go back and grab my black logo version. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and hit edit photo. And I'm showing you this because oftentimes this helps a lot of people. So what I'm going to do is here is come down to effects, or no, I'm sorry, filters. And then I am going to come down here to the color pop. And see if there's a version that I like better. But you can come up here to filters and change things. There's also, I think, nope, duotones. So effects, duotone, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I can click this monotone. It changes that. So you can play around with the colors of the logo. This is how you can manipulate it. It's probably not the best example with my logo for this exact thing, but it just shows you all the different capabilities you can use. Now, you can remove backgrounds with Canva. So let's pop up another photo here. Okay, and let's pop up this photo that I used from one of my favorite books. It won't necessarily apply to this template, but what if this was a photo of a patient that you wanted to remove the background of? Say there was some other stuff going on. Or this is your logo and you wanted to remove the white from it. So what you can do is you can come here to edit photo and hit this BG remover. And this is a pro version feature, so keep that in mind. But anytime you see the crown and you're using the free account or the paid up account, this shows you this is a paid feature. But literally you can see everything that was behind that book was removed. So this applies, like I said, to your logos. This applies to photos of patients. Really anything you can imagine, that is what that's there for. So that is a common feature that I show a lot of people, and so I wanted to show you that. All right, so we're feeling good, at least I am, about this template. You can see how different I've made it just with a few tweaks of different colors and fonts and photos and some element changes. But let's say I want to share this to my manager or to someone else on my team to get their thoughts on, or just share it with another colleague that was like, I love this. Can I use this? So you're going to come up to the top here, and this is where you can download it if you're ready to go, and say, hey, you can change this. If you're just doing social media posts, I suggest you keep it PNG, JPEG, but you can change it for whatever you need here. And you can select the pages you want. So say I just want to do this one, we'll hit done, download. So that is ready for you to post on social media. But if you want to share this with someone, this is where you can grab a view only link. We'll copy that. And then I'm going to paste this into my browser. And so you can show people your work. So there's our template before and after. So people, can they write? So they can use your template here. So they can use it or edit it. Can they edit it? So if they're on your team, they can edit it. But they can share reactions based upon where it's at. So that is one really cool way just to show quick approval or show off a cool post that you are working with. But if you want to share the template link to somebody, you can copy that. And I believe that is a paid version feature, but we'll show you that. And so if you're sharing this as a template, other people can make a copy of it and use it as their own template. So that is one really cool way that you can share your designs. So I know this was a longer video and there's so much more that I can show you, but my best advice to you is to get comfortable with Canva by playing around with it, exploring the different options that they have here, because there's literally a lot more that I did not show you. I didn't show you the video editing and all of this other really cool stuff. But like I said, get comfortable with Canva. Play around with it. Don't be afraid to try new things and just have some fun with it. I hope this video was helpful. And before I let you go completely, I do want to show you that if you want to get more in depth with Canva, you can come up to the top here and go to Learn, and then you can go to Design School. And Design School is essentially all of their tutorials and high-level stuff if you want to learn even more. Not even just high-level stuff, but Canva for beginners. Lots of different courses to help you learn Canva more in depth. They show you how to use the whiteboards, how to use the docs, their documents. You can create documents in here and design them within Canva. Lots of cool things. So definitely check that out if you want to learn more about Canva. And definitely, if you have questions, feel free to contact me at heycheyenne.com. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.